All right. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thanks for being here. And I think we're ready. Oh, I need to be louder. Thank you. I'm going to move this a little bit towards me, too. All right. I think Patty's letting you know. All right, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I think we're ready to begin, and we even have a minyan, and we've got a whole other family that's going to come join us soon. They're working on the oneg and the greeting table and all of that. So welcome, everyone. August 22nd, also moving into the 29th of Av this evening. For those who don't know me, I'm not the rabbi. I'm Alexis Hamill. I'm a kind of longtime congregant. 11 years, I want to say. And I'm very happy to see you all and grateful to get to lead our service tonight. And I'm looking to all of you to join in with readings and songs. Welcome. So we're going to start with Ma Yafeh Hayom, how lovely today is, Shabbat Shalom, on page 128. I don't know about you all, but after this week, I am very grateful that it is Shabbat. So 128, Ma Yafeh Hayom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Wonderful. And I actually, while you're up, would you like to do a reading for us? Come on over. On page 124. Got it here if you'd like. Yeah. We enter this sanctuary.
Okay.
Top one.
We enter this sanctuary to welcome Shabbat. Within these walls, we sit surrounded by numberless generations. Our ancestors built the synagogue as a visible sign of God's presence in their midst. Throughout our long history and our endless wanderings, it has endured, a beacon of truth, love, and justice for all humanity. Its presence guided our ancestors to lives of righteousness, holding up to them a vision of their truest self. Want me to continue?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now we, in our turn, come into this sanctuary to affirm the sacredness of our lives. May we enter this place in peace. May holiness wrap around us as we cross its threshold. Weariness, doubt, the flaws within our human hearts, the harshness of the weak, let these drop away at the door. In the brightness of Shabbat, let peace settle upon us as we lift our hearts up in prayer.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Great. And I'd like to welcome the Bird family up. They have generously sponsored our oneg in memory of Rachel's grandma. And I have the book up here if you'd like it for the blessing for the candles. And if you'd like, you can also read the passage on page 121, O Source of Light.
Before we light?
Yeah. Thank you.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their heart. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
And thank you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pari hagafen. Amen.
Okay. Do you want to tell us anything about your grandma? Any memories you have of her?
Yeah.
What she was like?
So my grandma actually passed away the weekend before last at the age of 96. And at her request, the family didn't gather or do a funeral, which left us feeling like we really needed to honor her in some way. So we really appreciate Allison and the ONEG committee slotting us in here. She was really, she led quite a life. Probably one of the things that makes me smile most thinking about her, two things, was maybe when she met the boys. She was so thrilled to meet great-grandchildren. And she was very politically active her entire life. I mean, she was writing angry letters to members of Congress as recently as this year. So that is a tradition I hope we all can follow as well. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for telling us about her. All right. So we are able now to join together to sing Lahadodi on page 138. Anyone have a preferred tune for Lahadodi? Did I tell you the right page number? Yes, 138. Now, our minhag, our custom is to sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And when we get to the 9th verse, we'll rise and face the door we entered to welcome the Shabbat bride. Okay. Well, my preference is for the jazzy version that Allison sings. So we'll do that. All right. Leha leha dodi likrat gala pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Leha leha dodi likrat gala pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Shemor vizador bivdor echad. Hishmiyanu el yam yahad Adonai echad ushemo echad. L'shem ultiferet beliti la 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 lehadodi likrat gala pene pene Shabbat nekabela leha lehadodi likrat gala pene pene Shabbat nekabela likrat Shabbat lehuvenecha ki hi mor habraha Merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh basas la 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 lehadodi likrat gala pene pene Shabbat nekabela leha lehadodi likrat gala pene pene Shabbat nekabela hitorari Kiva orekum yuri shir daberi. Kevod Adonai alik nigi la 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 lehadodi likrat gala pene pene Shabbat nekabela leha lehadodi likrat gala pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Boe shalom ateret bala, gam bischa uvtohala, toch me'enu am skula. Boi hala, la 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 lehadodi, likrat gala, Pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Leha leha dodi likrat likrat gala. Pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Thank you. You can be seated. Let's see. Would you like to come and do a reading for us? Yeah. Yes. Would you like to? Okay, come on up. I have it here for you too, if you prefer. This is on page 145. Entrances to Holiness. Yeah, thank you. Entrances to Holiness. That one at the very bottom. Yeah, perfect.
Is it okay here? But
Yeah. It'll catch you. Yeah.
entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time, even at unlikely times and through unlikely places. There is no place on earth without the presence.
Thank you. Wonderful. Right. All right. And then if you look on the page right next to it, page 144, we have the Hatzi Kaddish. And so we can sing that one together. Okay. We ready? Yit Gadal, Yit Malva, Be'alma Divra Harute, Yamlik Malhute, Behaye Honu Yomechon, Uhaye Bekol Bet Israel. Bagala, Bagala, Uvizman Kariv, Bimmeru, Amen. Yeheshme Rabba Mevora, Le'olam Olme Almaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitnaseh, V'yithadar, V'yithalel, V'yithalal, Shmei Kudusha, Brehu, Le'el Mim Kol Virata V'shirata, Tushbehata V'nechemata, Damiran Belma, V'meru, Amen. Thank you. And we've come to our call to worship, a call and response. So I'll ask you if you're ready to pray, and you'll let me know you are, so we can stand and face the ark for this. And it's on page 146. 146. Yeah. La 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 Baruchu et Adonai, Hamevora. Thank you. You may be seated. All right. And on the following page 148, does anybody want to come to share the English interpretation of Hamaravim Aravim? Yeah, I do. Thanks, Jerry.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alerts the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are a creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim.
Okay. And we come to, as Rabbi Minster said, the love sandwich, where we talk about God's love for us and then declare the oneness of God and then reflect on God's love for, our love for God. So Ahavat Olam is on page 150, and please join me in singing it. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shofenu uvkumenu neaseh behutecha V'nisma b'divrei Toratecha uv'mitzvovecha olam va'ed. Ki hem hayenu ve'orech yameinu uvahem negei yomam v'layla Ve'ahavta al tasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Ohev amo Yisrael. And the Shema, if it's your custom to stand for the Shema, you may do so. If it's your custom to stay as you are, stay as you are. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Thank you. You may be seated. All right, and let's see. Patty, do you want to come read us a translation of the Ve'ahavta, the English interpretation on page 155? Thank you. To remind us what Ve'ahavta is about, for those of us who don't actually know Hebrew. Here, thank you.
Okay. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them in the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai your God.
Thanks. All right. And celebrating the gifts and the miracles from God, we can sing together the Micha Mocha on page 158. 158. Micha Mocha Velim Adonai, Micha Mocha Neder Bakodesh, Nora Tehilot O Sefele, Nora Tehilot O Sefele, Malchuta Raut Beneka Yam Lipne Moshio Miriam Zeli Anuvi Amru Zernayim Lo Leolam Vaed Mi Kamocha Belim Adonai Mi Kamocha Nadar Bakodesh Nora Tehilot O Sefele Nora Tehilot O Sefele. Thank you. Shelley, would you like to come do a reading for us? Thank you. Shelley's a wonderful recent addition to our Ritual Practices Committee. Okay, on page 161, Let There Be.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will.
Thank you. All right. And we have the Vishamru on the next page, 162. More than the Jewish people have kept Shabbat. Shabbat has kept the Jewish people. So we remember to celebrate, observe, and enjoy Shabbat. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. B'nei uvin b'nei Yisrael, oti leolam, oti leolam, oti leolam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasod et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheshit yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Thank you. All right. On page 181, I have a reading that we don't often do out loud, but I really like it. Allison, do you want to do this reading? On page 181, we reach for you. I have it up here too, if you'd like. And for those wanting to follow along in the audience, it's 181. We reach for you, our God.
We reach for you, our God, from our quiet places. May we stand still for a brief moment and listen to the rain. Stand still for a brief moment and watch the play of sunlight and shadow on the leaves. For a brief moment, listen to the world. Let us stop the wheels of every day to be aware of Shabbat. Find the stillness of sanctuary which the soul cherished. Renew the covenant of an ancient people. We need a quiet space to test the balance of our days, the weight of our own deeds against the heaviness of the world's demands. The balance is precarious. Steady us with faith. Quiet places and stillness. Where will we hear our own best impulses speak? Quiet places and stillness, from which we will reach out to each other. We will find strength in silence, and with this strength, we will turn again to your service.
Nice. So nice. Thank you. Thank you for reading that, Allison. All right. So we are at our standing prayer, the Amidah, on page 164. We will stand together and face the ark, and hopefully feel then that we're able to have our own conversation with the divine after we are through page 170. Can continue the words on the page or the words in your heart. And when you are ready and feel complete with your conversation with the divine, you can be seated, and we'll meet on page 178 for Shalom Rav. But starting on 164 for the Amidah. Adonai Shashatachita Ukiya Gisehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El Hagidol, Hagibor v'Honora, El Elyon, Gomer Hasadim Shogim, Mekoneh Hakol, B'nei Kulat, B'nei Leman Shelo Ve'ava, Melech Ozir, O Mashiach Imagim. Baruch atah Adonai, Malkein Avraham, Bezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mekayem Hakol atah B'Shiach, Mori atah. Mekayem Chayim B'Chesed, Mekayem Hakol B'Rachmim Rabim. Somek Nofim V'Rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Elunato, Lishenei Afar, Mikamoka Pagizurot, Umidomeya, Melech Uchaye, Umashiach Yeshua, Benyamata Nekocha, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekayem Hakol. Atah Kadosh V'Shecha Kadosh, U'Shishi Kadosh V'Sada. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech Adon lekol hashalom. Ki atahu melech Adon lekol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'necha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol et uvechol shachar bishlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. All right. We are thinking of those who are in our lives who are suffering from illness of body or illness of spirit. And we say the Mishaberach, a prayer of healing and hope to petition God to grant healing to those in need. The Mishaberach is on page 371. And those in our community who we are sending healing to include Elaine Kaufman, Joyce Salinas, Svetlana Lozovic, Jean-Pierre Chalouche, Jason Brooks, Larry Leichman, Stacy Roberts-Orr, Charlie Loffer, Rita Bregman, Linda Leichman-Caldron, Gretchen Liplow, Susan Winsberg, Emma Jo Kennedy, Mary Gold, Matthew Gross, Bob Garfinkel, and Sharon Nunez. Are there others who are in need of healing? Okay, so holding them in our thoughts and our hearts, we send them healing with the Mishaberach. Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBraha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Yisheberach Imotenu Mekor HaBraha Leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Okay, our Devar Torah. So this week's Torah portion is Re'eh. It's in Deuteronomy. So Moses is preparing the people to enter the promised land without him. And in this portion, Re'eh, Moses turns from the general principles of the covenant to the really specific details and prefaces these instructions, these laws, with a warning of the choice that lies before the people. Blessings if they're faithful to God's laws, curses if they are not. The people are instructed that when they enter the promised land, they must destroy all traces of idolatry and establish a central site that God will choose where they will worship and offer sacrifices and eat consecrated food. So creating a temple, the temple. And then Moses issues further warnings again about idolatry and false prophets and clean and unclean animals and tithing and the sabbatical year when debts are to be canceled and Hebrew slaves set free. And the Parsha concludes with establishing the 3 pilgrimage festivals when the nation is to celebrate and appear before the Lord at that central place of worship, the temple. So in this portion, what I'm hearing is God's vision for the Israelites, that we be mindful in our living, including what we eat and how we worship and where we worship, and that we be community-minded and generous. So it's like a healthy blueprint for a society that's caring and sustainable. But when I was reading this portion, what most struck me in light of our increased awareness about the facility needs for our temple, this portion specifies multiple times that there be a gathering place for worship and that we bring a portion of the blessings given to us by God as a way to worship and to support the community. So for some context, was last weekend, I was tent camping, and this coming Sunday evening is the start of Elul, which is our month to prepare for the High Holy Days, and I'm already looking forward to setting up my sukkah for Sukkot. So having like a physical lasting structure isn't usually at the top of my needs list, and nor do I believe it's absolutely required for the existence of our community. However, the more I thought about it in light of this portion, the more I realized how much our physical lasting building gives to our community. A place to come that's protected from rain and heat and wind and smoke, all of which seem to be increasingly common experiences, a space for reflection and connection with ourselves and others and that which is greater than ourselves. And there's so much about our space that enriches our community. We have plaques of the people who have cared for this community in the past. Our sanctuary it's beautiful, but it's not only beautiful, it also protects our Torahs and our Shabbat and High Holy Day prayer books and gives us light and a sound system and our video streaming to make our services more accessible. So our buildings hold even just the basics of chairs and tables that we can gather around and learn at and set our Hanukkot for Hanukkah on, our food for onegs and b'nai mitzvahs and break the fast, Passover, other life cycle and temple events. Our library, if you haven't been to the library, I highly recommend it. Awesome resource and has a great wealth of knowledge and is a lovely space for learning. And we have a large social hall and a kitchen and a lovely courtyard with a new shade structure and our classrooms. There's so much here when you really start to think about it. So much that's here because people have contributed even before this temple opened. And there's so many blessings that it gives us. I often take most of it for granted that when I come here, there will be working toilets and refrigerators and serving utensils and clean cups and temperate air and prayer books. But all these things, of course, don't just happen. They require our community to continue supporting it. And a huge shout out to the people who were here last weekend doing the temple cleanup. Thank you all for that work in caregiving our space. thinking about our temple, the physical presence of it, reminded me also of my trip last month to the Field Museum in Chicago. You might not know, but if you ever go to the Field Museum, make sure you check it out. They have a Fara Nui, a carved Maori meeting house in the museum. And it's the main building on a marae, if you actually get to see one in New Zealand. In college, I did a broad year in New Zealand and had the real gift of getting welcomed onto a marae in the capital city of Wellington. So going into this Far Nui in Chicago kind of brought back the memories for me of what I had learned about what the architecture of the meeting house represents. So for a Far Nui, there's a peaked roof and there's a main beam that runs from the front to the back of the meeting house, and it actually represents a person's spine. And there's rafters that come down to support the roof that represent the rib cage. And so you can actually imagine the Far Nui, the building, is a person on all fours, protecting the people inside it. And the people are like the heart of the community and the culture. So like our sanctuary, the Far Nui is a sacred space. When you enter a Far Nui, you remove your shoes and you don't eat or drink inside it. And like our sanctuary, a Far Nui is a place for learning as well as a gathering place for a community. And we know synagogues, they serve these multiple purposes, right? Our temple is a Beit Tefillah, a house of prayer, and also a Beit Midrash, a house of study, and a Beit Knesset, a house of meeting. It reflects our values of culture and community and learning. And our temple also reflects our values of Lador Vador, passing our traditions on from one generation to the next, and our value of Hakarat Hatov, appreciating the good, the beauty, and Bal Tashlit and Tikkun Olam, caring for our planet. For example, our low-flow toilets and our heat pump and our plan to move all of our lights to being LED. So I've never been in sales and I am no good at asking people for money, but this week's portion practically was designed to support our capital campaign, with Moses saying, "Give readily, have no regrets when you do so, for in return your God Adonai will bless you in all your efforts and in all your undertakings." And it identifies the three pilgrimage holidays, Passover, Shavuot, and Sukkot, on which all shall appear before your God in the place God will choose. They shall not appear before God empty-handed. I'm not even making this up. But each with his own gift, according to the blessing that your God has bestowed upon you. So that's how the portion ends. It's kind of like this mic drop. God is specifically saying, use your blessings to sustain the temple and its people. And if you go to templeisraelalameda.org/capital campaign, you have a great way to do that. I also heard a nice idea from a congregant to consider making your donation a matching pledge so that you can really increase that sense of working collaboratively towards our shared goal. So I heard about the building needs, our facilities maintenance situation when Bruce was speaking about this at the annual general meeting. Maybe some of you heard him. And when he was speaking, I felt this sense of obligation that we all need to contribute to keep this place going. And of course, everybody pitching in is what has kept us as a strong organization in the community for over 100 years. But I really hope that it can feel for all of us like more than just an obligation. As I reflect on all that this place gives us, I feel more than an obligation, I feel rather a sense of care and appreciation for this space, for all of its gifts. And it makes this growing desire, for me at least, to help steward the health of our temple, not just because it's the right thing to do, but because we care about this place and this community. So as Rosh Hashanah comes before Yom Kippur, so that we can reconnect with our love for the world before we ask ourselves to be better people in it, recognizing the gift that this little campus gives helps me understand the value of maintaining it. The health of these buildings is entrusted to us. And just as we all need to caretake our bodies, we need to caretake this structure that holds us, like the body of the Far Nui. It feels to me that we again face this choice that Moses told the people about. the choice of a blessing or a curse. If we don't address the needs of these buildings, it will become significantly less comfortable and accessible and even less safe to be here. And one or two of us may have already uttered a curse when the HVAC system wasn't working. Or our alternative, right, is we can invest in the continued health of this space and continue to reap its blessings. I know my well-being is increased through Hakrat Hatov, noticing the good. And I am really appreciating this reminder to notice the good right here in Alameda's one and only temple. And I hope that it can inspire all of us to pay it forward and join the long line of people who have kept this a vital place so that it may be so for many years to come. All right. Thank you. All right. I know we have some people here for a yard site. Anyone who's here for a yard site, if you'd like to come up and open the ark for us, please do so. And we will find the Aleinu on page 591. So the Aleinu, oh, sorry, I told us the wrong page. The Aleinu begins on page 586, the bottom half of 586, and then we will skip ahead to the end on page 591. Aleinu v'shamei v'chadom ha'kol v'teilah yoser b'shit shelo asanu kekol aso v'lo sanu k'mishpachot ha'adama shelo sanu k'mishpachot v'kol aleinu Ve'anu korim u'mishpachim u'lodim Livnei melech malkei hamalchim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Ve'ne'emar V'haya Adonai Lemelech al kol ha'aretz Vayom hahu, Vayom hahu, Yodeh Adonai echad, U'shemo, U'shemo, U'shemo echad. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On our list for Shloshim, we have Victoria Van Wert and Charles Flesher. Are there any other people we're remembering for Shloshim? Okay. We extend our condolences to the families in our congregations who are grieving the passing of loved ones in the last year. We're observing Kaddish. This is Scarlett Lehman, Audrey Hyman, Gabriel Fedig, Adeline Spiker, Arona Oring, Arlen Gulko, Michael Hyman, Stella Campbell, Morley Hufflin, Morton Barak, Sol Allen Saad, Joel Cohen, Ed Winsberg, and Bert Litvak. There are others who we've lost in this last year. Thank you. And yard sites, those who have died at this time in years past: Tobiah Klein, Margaret Lath, Patricia Gogol Malkoff, Nancy Kampuli, Bessie Hadid, Arlene Smith, Frank Copeland, Edward Gavrich, Maria Lozovic, Leora Laufer, Michael Morgan, Rita Ritz Cohen, Ben Coppersmith, Zalman Garber, Barbara Penny, Lawrence Quasia, Patricia Rothman Barthlow, Alfred Wagner, Elaine Leon, Sheldon Steinberg, Celia Grossman, Gail Jacobs, and Brian James Newberg. Any others to add to our list?
Steve Glick and Mary Glick.
Thank you. All right. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort all who are bereaved. And we have a reading on page 596. Would someone like to come share this reading? Skip, you haven't been up here yet. Skip, do you want to do this reading? So this is number 8 on page 596. Too bad.
Too bad. You were doing so well. When cherished ties are broken and the chain of love is shattered, only trust and strength of faith can lighten the heaviness of the heart. At times, the pain of separation seems more than we can bear. But if we dwell too long on our loss, we embitter our hearts and harm ourselves and those about us. The psalmist said that in his affliction, he learned the law of God. And in truth, grief is a good teacher when it sends us back to serve and bless the living. We learn how to counsel and comfort for those who, like ourselves, are bowed with sorrow. We learn when to keep silent in their presence and when a word will assure them of our love and concern. Thus, even when they're gone, the departed are with us, moving us to live as in their higher moments they themselves wished to live. We remember them now, they live in our hearts, and they are an abiding blessing.
Thank you. It wasn't too bad, right? All right. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. May their memories be for blessing. And we have our Mourner's Kaddish on page 598. So please rise if you are observing a yard site, or if it's your custom to rise for those who don't have someone to recite Kaddish for them. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, ve'alma divrahute, ve'yamlich malchute, ve'chayon uv'mechon, uv'hayet ekol bit Yisrael, va'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevorach, le'olam omei almaya, yitbarach, yishtabach, yittabach, Yitnaman, Yitnaseh, V'yitgadar, V'yithalel, V'yithalal, Shmei Kudasha, Brehu, Le'ela min kol yirata v'shirata, Tush behata v'nehemata, Damiran ve'alman, V'imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shamaya, V'chayim aleinu ve'akol Yisrael, V'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'imru Huya aseh shalom, aleinu ve'akol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Thank you. We have Abby Fox Wong here as our board representative. Thank you, Abby, for sharing the announcements with us.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. So first of all, a big thank you to Alexis Hamill for leading this beautiful service tonight, and to Rachel Bird for working at the greeters table. And also thank you to Eric Strimling for running our sound system and setting up the streaming of tonight's service for our YouTube channel and Facebook page. Tonight's Oneg is generally hosted, as you know, by the Bird family in memory of their grandmother, Victoria Van Wert, and may her memory be for a blessing. So we thank you to them. And please be sure to check our website calendar for all meetings and events. Some upcoming things to note. Sunday will be a very busy day for religious school families. At 10 a.m., families with 6th and 7th graders will have a B'nai Mitzvah workshop where you'll learn all about the various aspects of holding this momentous event. And following that, at 11:30, there'll be a religious school welcome back open house and a scavenger hunt. Existing school families as well as potential new families are all welcome to attend this free and fun event. And the first day of religious school will be on Sunday, September 7th. On Monday, our online book club will be discussing Isabel Allende's My Name is Emilia del Valle. Please contact Allison Harris for the Zoom link for that. And on Tuesday evening at 7, our Social Justice Committee will be holding a special program, the 2024-2025 SCOTUS in Review. Please join via Zoom to learn what those decisions mean, as well as what we can do to get involved. Click the link on the Temple website calendar to join the Zoom meeting for that. And as we all know, High Holy Days are rapidly approaching. Please remember to register online in advance and consider making a donation for the Yisker Book of Remembrance. Thank you again all for attending tonight, and Shabbat Shalom.
All right. Close out the service with En Kelohenu, page 626. Okay, 626. En Kelohenu, En Kadonenu, En Kamalkenu, En Kamoshienu, Mi Ke'elhenu, Mi Kadonenu, Mi Kemalkenu, Mi Kamoshienu, No de l'Elohenu, No de l'Adonenu, No de l'Elohenu, No de l'Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu. Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. Thank you. Please join us in the social hall for the wonderful oneg that the Bird family has assembled for us there. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.